Hi there, it's Joanna with Perfectly Creative. This is a video for this month's Stamp Around UK video hop, and this is for the 1st of April, so happy April Fool's Day everyone. This month's theme is Case Demonstrator, so I have chosen to case Emma Goddard. I watched one of her lives and I just loved what she did with Irresistible blooms and a bit of watercolouring. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to change it up in terms of colours and some of the foliage and stuff that I want to use, and I haven't quite decided. So she heat embossed hers and I haven't quite decided whether or not I want to heat emboss or just stamp. But I think probably heat emboss and then a bit of watercolouring, just like she did, but with my set colours. So today, my colours, because anybody who knows me knows I love purple. So my set colours are going to be Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Orchid Oasis, Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. I may not use all of them, but I will certainly stamp and colour with all of them and then decide when I finally do the layout. So hope you enjoy. So as you can see, I've already stamped one. This is in Fresh Freesia. I just wanted to get a feel for what it would look like if I didn't heat emboss like Emma did. But I don't think it'll have the same effect. So I am just covering the whole thing with my anti-static powder because I do want to heat emboss quite a few of these. I'm going to use both sizes, the large and the smaller flower, just for a bit of a change. So I've done that. Let me get my Versamark out. I'll pre-warn you, my cat may or may not make an appearance. So I'm filming this the day after all our clocks went forward in the UK. It's amazing what a difference an hour makes, but it's just so nice to have lighter nights. So I'm only going to do 3 large ones, and then the rest I will do in the smaller one. And here comes the cat. Thank you, Bella. Off you trot. Thank you. Always got to get in on the act. 4. Might as well stamp as many as I can, because I don't know how many I'm actually going to use. So I've only just got this stamp set. And one more. So I'm just going to get some scrap. So I'm going to use white heat embossing powder. first one. Okay, there we go. So that post-it note tape I've used quite a bit, but you can still use it. Okay, let's move this all to one side. So for this card, I've got all these lovely die cuts. So I've still got my ink on my block, which you don't have to clean off if you don't want to. You can always re-wet it and use it again at a later date. I am just going to trim a couple of these down because I obviously wasn't paying attention when I put it through the machine. So I am just going to trim off and then there was one more. Yeah, there's a little bit on that one. Just a tiny hint. Which most people probably wouldn't notice, but I do, so therefore I'm going to trim it off. There we go. Okay. So for this card, thinking I'm going to make a square. So I have cut already a piece of basic white cardstock, which is 14.5 centimetres square, which I'm sure there's going to be somebody who would like to know it in inches. So I've cut it at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I may have to trim that down somewhat. So thinking about these pretty colours. Cardstock. Do we go for a Blackberry Bliss, Rich Razzleberry, or my favourite, a bit of Gorgeous Grape? We could do Gorgeous Grape, or indeed we could go black. I think Blackberry Bliss, would be just too dark. Let's have a look. I say too dark when I'm saying, at the same time I'm saying we could go black. Because actually it might set those colours off. Or, I know, we could do basic grey. Yes. Yes. Okay, so if I've cut this down to 5 3/4 and I want to create a square card, which I know for you guys in the States end up having to pay extra on. So I think I'm going to trim down. So if it's 29, I'm going to trim it down to exactly 29 centimetres. That way first. And then $14.5. It's a little bit more than that, isn't it? So I'm gonna score it at 14.5 centimetres, and then I'm going to trim my basic white piece. So it's almost 5 3/4. To give us a square. So for this piece, we'll do 14 then. 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres, so it'll give us a little bit of a border. And obviously it need another piece to go on the inside, which we can do. So that gives us just a little bit of a border, which is perfectly fine. Okay, let's just make sure. So I'll trim this 14 by 14. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. So to do a bit of decorating, this Irresistible Blooms has the most gorgeous dotted stamp. So as I've got a piece that needs to go inside as well as on the outside, I'm going to do a mixture of, I think, rich raspberry, fresh freesia and gorgeous grape. Forever Fern? No, not Forever Fern. Where did I get this one from? Oh, it came from, you know, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do a faux bow with my organdy ribbon, and when I say faux bow I just mean I'm going to secure it like so without actually tying it. To the back of there. So let's put some seal. She says, thinking easier said than done. Don't necessarily want it too big. There we go, that should be about right. And then I've fussy cut this one out, and we're going to put that there, also on dimensionals, but I'll use the mini ones. Just going to trim one in half because I would like one on the end, but it's just a little bit too thin to put a whole mini dimensional on. And while I'm here, I'm just going to put a mini dimensional on the end here. For that one. Okay. Pretty. Okay, let's trim these tails. I'm just going to turn it over to there's a lot of dimension to this card. And there you have it. my card inspired by Emma Goddard and her live on Sunday the 26th of March. Hope you like it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, because that would really help with my my numbers and my visibility. And if you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you could press the subscribe button down in the bottom right hand side and click the little bell so you get notifications when my videos go live. And please do check out the rest of the participants in the, I can't think of the word there, the participants in the video hop, because there are some brilliant projects. So please check it out, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye bye.